Hello and welcome back to Persona 5 Royal, where last time we invited the Velvet Room twins to have dinner. Apparently, that was not something I had on my bingo card. And then again, basically nothing that happens in this game is on my bingo card, so it's all, anything's fair game at this point. So, our plans for today are going to be to start off by going to work at the beef bowl shop, which I believe we can find here on Central Street. Because there's a lot of expenses coming up soon, both ones we've already had and ones that we're going to have to deal with in the future. So we are going to need plenty of money. This is not the beef bowl shop. The beef bowl shop is back here. I was one door too far ahead. So yeah, we're absolutely going to work here today. We don't have any pressing. If I could, I would spend time with Takemi during the night, but it seems like we can't actually, like, Takemi, you can only spend time with her during the day. We were able to spend time with Ryuji during the night, but so far that's the only one we've been able to spend time with. The others are locked to the daytime stages, so sadly we can't spend time with her, but I want to because we haven't been able to spend time with her in a while, so hopefully sometime soon in the schedule we can clear up an opportunity to spend time with her. But for now, we're going to work here and get some money. The customer in front of you is waiting to pay. Ooh, that is one angry looking face. Hey, someone wants to change their order. Add an egg? You should have told us earlier.
Nice work.
Alright, good work. You can leave now since it's the end of your shift. This is your pay today. Thank you. I hope you can keep it up. Cool. I will happily accept that. Sometimes at work they actually have us do things, as in they actually challenge you, is like, hey, where's the logo, or where can you find the barcode on this product, or hey, what did all the customers order, kind of thing. And sometimes they're just like, you show up and then you get paid, and I mean, it's free money. I won't turn down free money. I don't blame you for looking exhausted, but you still managed all those orders by yourself. If you ask me, you were pretty proficient. I like being told, like I said, it's calling back to the early game where I'm told I get increase in stats even though I didn't do anything. It's a nice deal. I do nothing and I get rewards for it. Okay. June 9th now. Our percentage is 16.8%, fluctuating between 16 and 8. What is this? Oh, right, it's the TV stuff. Okay, so yeah, if first glance, no context, I would have guessed this was like, I don't know, I would have guessed this was an amusement park or a jungle gym or something, not a TV station. That would not have been the first thought to jump to my head.
I'm sure you know about commercial breaks. Well, those are actually sponsor-related product placements. To sum things up, ratings are vitally important for a station's production funding, and...
I was gonna say, like, everyone knows that. Are you really intrigued by that?
Chill, man.
Why that's just like common knowledge.
For example, soap opera reruns are shown in the day, whereas alluring newswomen are broadcast at night. Thus, the scheduling department is where we decide what time we broadcast which program.
What? What? Whoa, no way? The scheduling department handles the scheduling of broadcasts? What? No way! I'm mind blown. I never would have guessed that.
I suppose you could say it's the place where the scheduling is determined.
Really? I never would have. That's a total mind blow right there.
Could this get any more obvious?
Oh, you and me both on, I swear to God. This is freaking... It's easy to understand, you're right.
So sleepy. So, the best parts are taken from the footage in order to cut down the program to the desired length.
Like, I don't know, maybe this is just one of those things where I work in the field where I'm constantly dealing with, well, I'm not a TV broadcaster, but I do work with recording videos and editing them and uploading them and scheduling and publishing and things like that. And I've been filming and editing videos since I was like 3 years old, so I just know these things. But I don't know, I feel like this is just common knowledge. Like, stuff like this, when you get to the point where you're saying the scheduling department handles the scheduling, because, you know, you could, for some of the stuff you could say, like, oh, you just think it's obvious because you work with this kind of stuff all the time. But no, when you get to the point where you're saying the scheduling department handles the scheduling, it's like, yeah, you may as well tell me the sky is blue at that point. It's like, okay, great, what else you got for me? What's next? The catering department handles the food? Wow, never would have guessed it.
The place where this filmed footage is edited would be the editing room.
Yeah, really?
Hey, how much longer does this go?
I could not be on this trip. If I were on this school trip, I'd be such a wise ass.
I swear, I'm not gonna last.
Thanks. Thanks for that, buddy.
What's going on? I can't stand all this noise. Hey, asshole!
My apologies. I'll have them leave right away.
What?
Now then, it's time for a bit of hands-on experience.
Damn it! Who does that jerk think he is? Hey there. You want to be on TV?
Not if you ask me like that.
Huh?
You've got a slammin' bot after all.
Okay, you need to leave, like, right now.
I'm on a school trip.
This is, no.
Just give me a call if you're interested. I'd greatly welcome a message from you, day or night.
Okay, that's time for you to stop existing, please. You're talking to a high school girl right now. This is so many varying degrees of unacceptable and inappropriate.
Yeah.
Greatly welcome my ass. It's obvious what he's after. Do these rotten adults care about anything other than looks?
I think the more pressing concern is that it's an adult who just told a high school student that they have a slammin' bod. That might be the thing that you want to focus on. Not
I'll yank their stupid hearts out, damn it.
Will you quiet down? You're supposed to be acting like good students today.
I'm sorry, when an adult...
I understand you're bored, but please don't cause any trouble.
What?! Okay, I understand you're in the field of sympathizing with Kamoshida for some stupid reason, but listen to me. An adult walked up to a high school girl and said that they have a slamming bod. Not a thing I like to stand for. In fact, that actually kind of royally gets under my skin because it's a morally reprehensible thing to do, but apparently you're just like, shh, let him do his disgusting things. You don't want to cause a scene. It's like, who? These people in this world just suck. Like, this is not okay.
Well then, let's
Leave.
have you see what it's like to be an AC. Oh, that stands for assistant camera. When
Leave.
we're moving cameras, we need people who can keep the cables from getting tangled up. The blonde will do. He seems like he's got energy to spare anyway. Guy next to him, you can come too if you're feeling lonely. Come on, hurry up and grab the cables.
We have names, you know. What if I start calling you Blue Shirt Guy? Oh wait, no, that'd be a Free Guy reference. And you don't want to make a Free Guy you don't want to make a Free Guy reference. Also, we are under no obligation to help you, and we are under even less obligation to help you after the shit you just said to On.
This is totally killing my vibe.
We fought valiantly against the long cables. Jesus Christ. People in this world just suck.
I'm so pissed off. Aren't we supposed to be guests? Why the hell do we have to be doing manual labor?
Yeah, that's okay. So, like, even if we put aside the fact that he is in no position to be talking to us after, like, to recap what happened there, he walked up, an adult male walked up to a high school student, walked up to a high school girl, and he told her she has a slammin' bod. That's so many varying degrees of gross and inappropriate. So, but even if you put that aside in terms of, like, you are no longer in a position to be commanding us around with what to do, even if you disregard that, which you shouldn't disregard that, but even if you do, for some stupid reason, just the fact that we are high school students on a field trip, and they're like, you, move the stuff around for us. Like, who do you think we are?
This is bullshit. Going to the bathroom didn't even make me feel better.
Don't know why that would have helped.
Quiet down, will you? I get how you feel, though. That sucked for the both of us.
Oh, we gotta do more of this tomorrow, too?
No flaking out, Ryuji.
I know. I gotta be a good boy, right?
Sorry, at what point do we stop trying to pretend to be great students? Like, how much abuse from other people are you going to accept before we finally draw a line in the sand?
Being Phantom Thieves ain't easy.
And that reminds me, we get to go home straight from here today. We don't spend much time in this area, so why don't we relax and check out some shops beforehand? Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here! It looked delicious! What was that?
Oh, you mean Dometown? The round part is a baseball stadium, then along the outside, they've got an amusement park.
It's right in the middle of a business area, but they have some pretty hardcore rides there, too. Alright, let's go. I'll show you just how courageous I am.
The cat's gonna ride the roller coasters.
Going on a scary ride doesn't really prove any kind of courage.
Okay, so if someone has a fear of heights, or just a fear of roller coasters, or adrenaline-seeking thrills in general, you may not be facing, like, I guess I can understand how you could stretch that definition in terms of, like, you're not doing anything courageous because you're not, like, putting yourself in harm's way or anything. You're not facing danger. But if your crippling fear is roller coasters or heights or high speeds, acceleration, adrenaline-seeking thrill, things like that, if those are your crippling fears, then you're damn right I'm gonna call you brave if you decide to tackle something like, I don't know, what's a rock and roller coaster at Hollywood Studios. There's probably more infamous roller coasters I could have picked, but that's the first one that came to my head. In terms of like mainstream roller coasters that people know of. But yeah, so I'm just like, really? It's just like imagine, so like for instance, if someone, not that I'd be thinking of anybody specifically when I say this, if someone had crippling claustrophobia, I would not say that you aren't courageous for doing something that involved placing yourself in enclosed scenarios, or in enclosed spaces. I guess I can understand how she's stretching it in terms of what the definition might mean, but I would not say you aren't courageous for facing your fears. That's not how that works.
Not like cats can get on anyway.
Really?
Really? You might be able to sneak in if you stay in the bag, but you'd totally puke if you did that.
Yeah, so even if we could get the cat on the ride, we wouldn't do it because it's a terrible idea.
But, let's just go to Dome Town. I'm really feeling it now.
Me too. My stomach's ready for roller coasters. I think I'll pass on the puke rides.
Oh, great. Who is this?
Excuse me.
Oh, here he is! Here he is! Here's the man, the myth, the legend himself. The Pleasant Boy. The most controversial character in the entire game, apparently. Because, Jesus Christ, the reactions that people had to this guy, who was on screen for like 3 seconds. Some people were like, yes, best boy, and the other was like, this is the most unpleasant boy in the world. And I'm just like, oh God almighty. Typically speaking, when things are polarizing, they don't end well for me. Last time I encountered something that was polarizing, it was Danganronpa V3. And I never really wanted to go down that route again. So, people are telling me I'm gonna hate this guy. I don't know why, I don't know what he's like. But it doesn't seem too bad so far. So let's just see what happens.
Yeah, what do you want?
I happened to be passing by, so it seemed polite to greet you. We'll be filming together, after all. Where are my manners? My name is Goro Akechi.
Akechi?
Filming? What? You a celebrity?
Only to the extent of appearing on TV a couple of times.
Oh!
My apologies. I truly was just passing by. I must be going. There's a briefing for tomorrow's recording that I have to attend. So, you're going to go have cake now? I missed lunch today, so I'm quite hungry myself.
Huh? Cake? What are you talking about?
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes. No matter. Well, see you tomorrow.
That guy's gotta be some kind of startup entertainer or something.
I thought we were the only ones who could hear the... Let's double check the chat log. Yeah, wait, hold on. I might be misremembering, but wasn't the whole thing that we're the only ones who can actually hear Morgana, and that's everyone else, it just sounds like a cat? Because that was the whole thing, right? Was that whenever Morgana talked, people around us just said, do you guys hear a cat somewhere? Whereas we can actually hear what Morgana's saying. But nobody else mentioned anything about pancakes. I just checked all the dialogue. No one, the only person who mentioned anything about pancakes is Morgana. But he should not have been able to hear that. Because, that's interesting. That's extremely interesting. Okay. Huh. Because I was gonna say, nothing that, he didn't really do anything in that conversation that was all that, curious, for lack of a better word right now. But that's an interesting thing that I might be entirely overthinking, but that seems a little strange.
He's never gonna get popular with that kind of hair, though.
Especially, actually, wait a minute, now that I think about it even more, that was so early on in the conversation. That means he would have been had to, that means he would have been had to be standing around that corner, eavesdropping on us for minutes at a time, just waiting. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird, because like it wasn't even. Let me read that one more time to make sure I'm not massively screwing this up. Okay, first thing he said was this, and yeah, no, it wasn't anywhere near this. That's really weird. He would have had to been right around the corner, but that was so the problem that line was so early on in the conversation that he would have had to been waiting around that corner for a long time before he actually stepped around to talk to us. I don't know about though. Okay, hold on. Things are getting a little bit more suspicious the more I think about it.
You don't get it.
It's fine. We'll see him again tomorrow anyways.
I don't know, that's a good thing.
Come on, let's get to Dometown.
We just have like a million locations we can visit here. An entertainment hub built around a stadium home to many universities. Enjoy the arcade, spas, theme parks, and more. You'll become a dating expert. I guess, okay.
Alright.
It's news to me. You can also invite people who may like it there to hang out with you.
Hey, can we skip the vomit machines and get cake instead?
Spoken as if cake for a cat is a better alternative. Well, I mean, I guess moderately, but it's not by much.
I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh, for real, my stomach's churning.
This is why I spoke against it.
Here's a question for you. For those of you who have ridden roller coasters before, which I imagine would be a fair chunk of you guys, what would be your favorite roller coaster you've ever ridden before? Because my answer would be Hagrid's Motorcycle Adventure at Universal. I rode that for the first time with Area 45 in August when we went on a trip in August to Universal, and we rode that for the first time, and that's easily my favorite roller coaster I've ever ridden. Which is saying a lot, because I really love a lot of the roller coasters I've ridden over the years. So that would be my pick, but I'm curious to hear, for those of you watching at home, what your favorite roller coaster you've ever been on would be. I am very curious to see what you guys have to say on that note.
Dude, it's not fair. Using your cathood as an excuse. Only at times like this.
Anyway, are you guys feeling hungry? How about some pancakes?
Let's go home. We have another full day ahead of us tomorrow. Well then.
Hey, you didn't say the line. They're gonna film us at the TV station tomorrow, right? Well, try not to stand out too much. That's Ryuji's thing. Well, that was a day. That was a hell of a day. So I'm gonna go work again. But before I do, I've noticed this in the previous times we've been here. To hang out with, well, hang out is a strong word, but to talk to this guy. Because it's right here. I've seen it, but I've never actually paid attention to it. What is this stand? Lottery stand. Welcome to our lottery ticket booth. What would you like to do? 10 random numbers for the year-round Mammoth Lottery. You know what? Sure. Honestly, why not? Why not? I don't know how much money this is going to give us, but you know what? At this point, if it'll give us some time back that we don't have to work and we can spend time with people, I will happily accept this. Let's give it a shot. Why not? We can make this money back right now. We'll go work again to make it back. The result will be announced in a week on June 16th. Please look forward to it. Okay. So yeah, that might be a dumb idea. Look, it's probably not gonna get us anywhere. We're not that lucky. We're not gonna probably get anything, and even if we win, I'm guessing it's not gonna be for a whole hell of a lot. But I'm hoping that it will be for a whole hell of a lot, because if it is, that's going to make purchasing things significantly easier. We won't have to worry about what's going on. It's crowded. Oh, it's a discount because it's Yakiniku Day. If we can manage this many customers, your proficiency would be considerably improved. Oh, want to work here today? Absolutely. Yes, let's do it. That sounds like a great thing. We're probably gonna have to actually do things though, aren't we? If you set the stakes that high, we're probably gonna have to actually memorize orders this time. There's a ton of customers coming in all of a sudden. All right, you're going to be bombarded with orders this rate. Yeah, okay, see, I had a feeling we were gonna have to memorize them all. Medium beef bowl. Okay, that's one. Medium beef bowl for the first guy. Large. Well, I mean, if you're gonna keep it that simple, it's not gonna be that hard to memorize these. It's just medium, large. Okay, now we're mixing it up. Mixing it up a little bit with a medium natto bowl. Next up, I think last time there were 4 orders. Is this the last one? Medium. Oh, good God Almighty. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna bother trying to pronounce it. But at the very least, I can remember what that visually looks like in my head. Is that it, or is there more? Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be 4 orders per time. So can't remember the orders. First person ordered a medium beef bowl. Second person ordered a large beef bowl. Large beef bowl. Third person was a medium natto bowl. Thanks for auto-selecting it for me. And the last guy is that thing that I'm not going to even bother trying to pronounce, but it was a medium. So this one. Nice.
Well,
Yeah, it's not that hard. The orders are very simplistic, so it's not exactly a, oh, wait, do I have to make them now? Okay, no, I thought I was going to introduce a new minigame where I have to actually make the things. Whoa, good work. Seems like there were a lot of customers today, but you handled it well on your own. I mean, it's not like it's a very complicated process to do. What does extra mean? Yeah, there we go. See, I told you. I knew it'd be a good idea to come in tonight. We got extra proficiency stats and bonus money because it was extra busy. I see this as an absolute win. I think it was a great choice to come here tonight. Look at that money. Look at that money. Now, it'd be great if we could go to a palace here shortly so we could really increase our money, but we're fine for the time being. You were amazing today, dealing with so many orders. We handled 4, but okay. I'm sure it was rough, but I think you handled it all quite proficiently. Nice. And you said I got extra bonus points for proficiency, so I shall happily accept those. Guess we should go home soon. That we should. Alright, so people talk a lot about Pleasant Boy, and while I'm not, like, repulsed by what I've seen so far,
Mr. Akechi's coming on.
I'm definitely curious, and I'm cautious, because it's entirely possible that I might be overthinking things, but I swear that it was a crucial plot detail earlier that only we could hear Morgana, but nobody else could. And the fact that he would have had to wait around that corner for extra long to actually, because the timeline events is that early in the conversation, Morgana said the thing about the pancakes, but it wasn't until late in the conversation that he actually came around the corner, so he would have had to wait till late into the conversation to actually come around the corner, so that was, seems a little weird.
Oh, he's so cool.
Ain't that the guy from yesterday?
Cutting back from commercial. 7, 6, 5 seconds till start. 4, 3.
Okay, I don't think you know how seconds works. Many more seconds than just one passed in the time that took you to say 5 seconds till start, but okay.
and now, on to the hottest meet and greet segment of our show.
The what now?
After his last appearance was so well received, we decided to bring back this fine gentleman today. It's the high school detective, Goro.
The what? The what?
Hello there.
Thank you for taking the time to join us today, Akechi-kun. Your popularity is stunning.
Even I found it to be quite a surprise. It is a bit embarrassing, though.
He's a high school detective. Really? That's... Wait, don't tell me. Wait. Don't... Okay, so... There's our explanation. So... That's who he is. That... Remember that masked man that they talked about in the freaking... When we were in Madarama's palace? That's him. That explains it. That would absolutely explain it. Because I swear, it was a thing earlier in the game was that the only people who could actually hear Morgana were people that were able to travel to the metaverse, right? Well, he heard Morgana. He would have had to hear Morgana because I said it again. I'm so sorry. I swear. The fact that it's a voice actress that's actually, she's the one doing the lines, but Morgana's the guy, that's starting me off so hardcore. I'm sorry. Morgana's the one who said the line. He's the one who said the line about the pancake, but the only people who should be able to hear that line are people who go to the metaverse, right? Okay, so with that in mind, Akechi was able to hear that line, but he shouldn't have been able to if he's the upstanding citizen he claims to be. We also know simultaneously that there is someone else who's been traveling around the metaverse as a potential Phantom Thief or whatever, or just someone wearing the mask that Madarama mentioned, right? Okay, so he's a high school detective. He was able to hear Morgana, and the other thing we know is that he would have had to wait around that corner before coming to talk to us, almost as if he was eavesdropping on us, listening to us, trying to find information about us. So I guarantee you the big reveal is he's the man in the mask that was in the museum along with us, and he's investigating us as Phantom Thieves, and the way he was trying to do that was by trying to eavesdrop around the corner, waiting to see if we were going to reveal anything secretive when we were all by ourselves. Guarantee you that's the twist. That would explain the things that I mentioned in this video. That would actually make this make so much sense.
Moving along, we've been told there's a case on your mind right now. Care to share, Detective?
Ah, yes. That would be the scandal involving the master artist Madarame.
Yep. Keep going.
All of this Phantom Thief excitement has caught your attention too, Akechi-kun. Allow me to be blunt for just a second. What do you think of these justice-oriented phantom thieves?
If they truly are heroes of justice, I sincerely hope they exist.
Oh, so you don't deny the possibility that they're real?
I may not seem like it, but I sometimes wish that Santa Claus actually existed. Although, if he did, I'd have to arrest him for breaking and entering. But hypothetically speaking, if these phantom thieves are real, I believe they should be tried in a court of law.
Yep, I called it. Yep, that's what he's here for. That's what he's here for.
That's quite the statement. Are they committing crimes? Some people even say that the thieves are actually helping their victims abandon their evil ways.
What the artist Madarame did truly was an unforgivable crime. However, they're taking the law into their own hands by judging him. It is far from justice. More importantly, you should never forcefully change a person's heart.
You have a point. These people are calling themselves the Phantom Thieves, after all.
Okay, so if we didn't do what we did, he would have abused even more people and kept stealing more people's work. Again, same thing with Kamoshida. If we didn't do what we did, he would have permanently abused more students, verbally, physically, and sexually. You have no leg to stand on if you're going to try to say that what we did was wrong.
Amazing as always, Akechi-kun. I could listen to you for days. You have the most radiant charisma.
I have to say, though, I would be embarrassed if it turns out these phantom thieves don't exist. If that were the case, I'd summarize it into a report as a school project.
You're gonna be a boss fight at some point, aren't you? We're gonna have to fight you.
Let's try asking some students the same age as Akechi-kun about the phantom thieves.
Wow, I wonder who they're gonna pick.
First, please press your button now if you think the phantom thieves exist.
Of course they do.
About 30% or so. What are your thoughts, Akechi-kun?
Higher than our approval rating on the fan site.
I'm a bit surprised. That's higher than I was expecting. I'd love to hear some more detailed opinions on the phantom thieves' actions.
I swear to God, if she stopped. Yep.
Let's try asking this student here.
Well, how about that? What do you want a goinky dink? What are the odds?
Hypothetically speaking, what are your thoughts on these phantom thieves if they were real?
This.
This completely goes against the opinion you had about them being tried by law, Akechi-kun.
Indeed. It's rather intriguing to hear such a strong acknowledgement.
It's true. You can't. It's true. I don't know what to tell you. What I just said is true. The cops did nothing. We did everything. You can't dispute that. They did absolutely nothing. They didn't care.
There's one more question I'd like
No one gave a shit that Kamoshida was abusing people except for us. I don't know what you want me to say. All I stated was the truth.
If someone close to you, for example, your friend next to you, if his heart suddenly changed, wouldn't you think it was the work of the phantom thieves?
Okay, so there's two different answers here because obviously we are of the Phantom Thieves, so we would have the meta knowledge to know that obviously it can't be that because we are the Phantom Thieves. But we can't answer like that because obviously we can't answer like that. So let's say that I'm just Joe Schmo living in this world where Kamoshida confessed to his sins, Madarame confessed to his sins, back to back. So if I were in this world and I were just some random dude, I don't know that I'd believe in the Phantom Thieves, because I would just tell them what I've been telling all of you, which is, what do you people think they're doing? Like, genuinely, how do you think they're managing to make them confess to their sins? Because, like, I don't, even if, so, let's say that they actually did, like, they were actually blackmailing them or physically threatening violence against them or doing something to threaten them into confessing their sins. If that were true, then they would not be breaking down emotionally, right? So there's a difference between turning someone to the police and being like, I did these things, I must face my punishment for them, and literally breaking down emotionally, being mentally incapable of handling yourself because you can't, like, you're just overwhelmed with emotions after crumbling under the weight of the sins you've been carrying on your shoulders for all these years, right? So those are two different things. So if it really were the case that they were just being blackmailed or threatened, I would not believe that to be the case because it wouldn't make sense with the way that the people have acted. Madarame and Kamoshida broke down emotionally. That doesn't line up with being blackmailed or threatened physically. That just doesn't line up. what makes far more sense, you can call it a coincidence that they came to confess so soon after one another, but I could even chalk that up to, first of all, it's not improbable for someone to break down emotionally after everything that they did. That makes sense. In fact, a more likely connection I would make in my brain is, so one person confessed to their sins, and then someone else saw them do that, and they're like, hey, he confessed his sins to the world. I've been bearing the same weight on my shoulders all these years. I'm also starting to feel the urge to confess. That, to me, makes a lot more sense than, some random group of high schoolers somehow blackmailed them and physically threatened them into doing what they wanted. That just tracks more logically to me than... Now, again, obviously, we are the Phantom Thieves. We know what's actually happening, so we can't really answer this question the way that we would be able to if we were restricted by no knowledge. But if I were an outsider looking in, if I were just in this world, just random Joe Schmo, whatever, I would not think the Phantom Thieves were in any way, were actually a thing that was happening. That wouldn't make any sense at all. So my answer to this question is going to be, to answer the question of, if one day Ryuji woke up and said, actually I've done these terrible, horrible things all these years, my immediate thought would be, so he just, he just crumbled under the weight of his sins like everyone else did, and probably saw what happened to them and was like, I'm gonna do this now as well. So, how do I answer this though? Not at all. They only target criminals. That's a stupid answer, because one, that gives you insight into the mindset of a Phantom Thief, which is not something you want to give him. Not at all seems to immediately... So, this kind of corners you, because in the sense that it's like, you just walk back your own words, in the sense that first you say that the Phantom Thieves are doing more than the cops, and then you immediately would also, implying that you believe they exist, and then when he says, well, what if he suddenly changed his heart, which is something that is only the thing that the Phantom Thieves are capable of, now all of a sudden you're walking back and like, but I actually don't think that would happen. It's like, that's not the thing to say. What I'm going to say here is, what would you think? Throw it back in his face, ask him what he would think, because I'm very curious to hear what he has to say about this.
Throwing the question back at me. Well, this is my opinion on the topic.
You didn't need to say that.
Whether the thieves' actions are good or not, I feel there is a more important issue at hand.
You didn't answer the question. That's the no. The question was, if the person sitting next to you changed his heart, would you think it was the Phantom Thieves? That was no. Don't dance around the question. Don't dance around the question.
What do you mean?
No. Oh, no. It's not allowed.
The matter of how they change people's hearts. If they honestly possess that ability, it could be used for more than extracting confessions. It could be that what seem to be ordinary crimes are actually being perpetrated by these methods.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Oh, please don't misunderstand. This is all purely hypothetical. It is only if people who can use such a power truly exist. Either way, though, this cannot be ignored.
Okay, so one, you just totally dodged the question. Don't think I didn't see that shit. And two, obviously we know that he knows that the Phantom Thieves exist because he's seen the Phantom Thieves, or maybe seen them, I don't know. But he can at least go into the metaverse because we know that's him. He's the guy with the black mask that they were talking about. So he knows that he's cognizant of a situation under which a process could be started during which they would steal someone's heart. So it makes sense for him to understand, to want to try to prove that they exist because he knows what's happening. But to everyone else in the world, I really don't think I would, if I were in this world, I really don't think I would buy the idea of the Phantom Thieves. Just, like, I would just think it's just like a funny rumor that's going around, the student population right now. I wouldn't think it actually holds under any kind of scrutiny.
The existence of the Phantom Thieves would be nothing but a threat to our everyday lives.
Really? Because it seems like they've been nothing but helpful so far.
To be honest, I'm already working alongside the police to help sort out this matter.
Yeah, let me know how that goes, buddy.
It kinda seemed like what he was saying might be right.
He made it sound like we're the baddies. I don't like it.
That stuff about the police, do you think it's for real?
Even if it's the case, I don't know what you're worried about. They can't, well, okay, obviously they obviously can eventually prove something, and I'm very curious to see how we get to that point that we saw at the very beginning of the game in the first episode. I'm very curious to see how we got to that point, but right now, I don't know, they can't prove anything, because everything that happens in the metaverse, and there's no way that he can prove, because if our theory is correct, and that he is actually the guy with the black mask that they were talking about who was in the metaverse, that we don't know his identity, but we can theorize his identity, then he can't prove anything either, because he'd have to take them to the metaverse in order to do that, which I don't think they'd even be able to convince him of that. So I don't know what you think they can possibly prove right now.
He can say whatever he wants. The justice of it all is something we can decide for ourselves.
Oh, also, again, ethically, we are in the clear, because Kamoshida and Monorami did horrible, terrible things. So what we did is nothing but beneficial to the people that he was terrorizing. This isn't even up for debate.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go take a leak. Can you guys wait here?
How small is your goddamn bladder, I swear to God.
Oh my god. I'm gonna keep going, okay?
Yeah, sure, leave me all alone with the stupid cat.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, great! Thanks. Thanks for leaving me all alone, friends.
I'm glad I found you. I wanted to thank you in person. To paraphrase Hegel, advancement cannot occur without both thesis and antithesis. My apologies. What I mean is that our discussion was quite meaningful. Few people around me are so willing to speak their minds as freely as you did earlier. Adults are only interested in using the young. While they simply do as the adults say. There are too many irresponsible people in these modern times. I can understand why you'd support the Phantom Thieves. It's possible that this group is just as you believe, and they are truly acting with good intentions. Since they have special talents, I assume their hearts must be burning with a sense of justice and duty. But that justice is merely a facade, concealing their lack of true strength. That's why I believe if a truly powerful opponent were to corner them, they would flee without a second thought. Oh, you really are intriguing. I bet you'd make for a worthwhile debate partner on the subject.
You have no idea.
If it's all right with you, would you continue sharing your thoughts with me?
Oh, I would love to see you try.
Thank you. That's great news. I sense something in you that's quite different from other people.
I want to learn everything about you. I want to learn every single little secret you have, because I am so intrigued by you. So here's the thing. First of all, it's good to get, keep your friends closer, your enemies closer kind of thing. We want to get to know him so that we understand how he thinks and what his thought process is. We want to understand how his mind works. But beyond that, I'm just curious in a general sense of what exactly, what is his story? Because if we're correct and that he's the guy with the black mask, we gotta understand what his story is going on here. So I think it will be in our best interest if look, I'm sure he's gonna become a confidant. We're gonna have to spend time with him. I'm sure of it. So we may as well.
I guess you can call it my detective's intuition. Kidding, of course.
Seems like the detective Akechi is taking a liking to me. Oh, yep, here we go. Here we go. Here's Back to the Future, Awakening the Confidant. Let's do it. I'm ready. Here we go.
I can't believe you evaded the police's network until today. The only logical explanation is that someone in the police has ties to the Phantom Thieves. Explain yourself.
Yep, here we go.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the justice persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Justice. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. So, wow. Apparently naming them the Justice Aces was quite a decision that I made.
Alright.
You've unlocked the Justice Confidant. Fusing personas of the Justice Arcana will now grant you XP to... Okay, so now I gotta figure out how to make a Justice persona in order to spend time with him. Great. Because I didn't already have enough...
We should exchange contact info.
As if I don't already have enough personas I gotta deal with fusing. I still gotta get back the Chariot one for Ryuji. Now I have another thing I gotta do.
And... registered. Well, I hope to see you again sometime soon.
Yeah, so initial impressions, I don't hate him. He hasn't done anything out of the gate that's like...
Detective's intuition, huh? We shouldn't underestimate that.
He hasn't done anything so far that's, like, repulsive. Obviously, he's against the Phantom Thieves, so he's not our friend right now. We're spending time with him because we need to get to know, keep your enemies closer kind of thing, like I said. But in terms of, like, I don't think he's a terrible person so far. He hasn't done anything all that more reprehensible. However, I did see comments. Some people really, really hate him. Like, really, really do not like him. So, I'm waiting for the moment where he does something really, really terrible. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure it'll happen anytime soon.
On the other hand, there's an awful lot we could learn from him. If he contacts you, try hanging out with him.
I just hope he doesn't contact me before I get a Justice Confidant, Justice Persona, because we don't have that yet. We need it, apparently.
Sorry for taking so long. Wait, was that a catchy? I can't stand that high and mighty attitude. Just breathing the same air as it makes me sick. Come on, let's go.
I didn't really get a high and mighty attitude. I just kind of, like, he doesn't seem full of himself. I mean, he did say conversation can't proceed without thesis and antithesis, which is true. You can't just lock yourself in an echo chamber, so he doesn't seem like he's full of himself. What a boring field trip. We didn't even find any worthwhile targets. No, but we did find something else. Thinking about what he says just pisses me off again. He clearly tried to discredit everything we're doing, and he just had to say in a line to V2. Oh yeah, I mean, just to be clear, he's not on our team. He's our enemy, and he is spreading false information about what we're doing, which is not cool. But in terms, like, I have a way bigger issue with the random blue shirt guy at the beginning of the episode who told the adult guy who told a high school girl that she had a slam and bod. I have a way bigger issue with that dude than Akechi right now. Don't be so sour. They are without a doubt people we have saved. Those people could not have been saved enough with the heroics of the Phantom Thieves. I'm living proof of that. What a nice thing to say. Still, what was Akechi said actually wrong? I feel like he had a point. Why gotta bring that up now? Because we're talking about it, you idiot. I mean, is it really okay to be doing this to people just because they're criminals? Does it seem a little selfish? Selfish is what they're doing. Nothing. Okay, so what we're doing doesn't help us at all. In fact, it actually puts us in great amounts of danger to do what we're doing. What we've done so far has been nothing but help other people. We don't benefit from this at all. I don't everyone will forgive us for what we did in Monorame. I still decided that it was a necessary act. Kamoshida too, we weren't going to do shit to him through any kind of normal methods. That's true, but what do you think? We're being No, absolutely not. I guess I can't really think of any other way. I believe our best path forward is sticking to our justice, not that of the law. Shouldn't that be enough? And with the unanimous decision rule in place, I will lose our way. Yeah, you're right. So I'm bringing that up. And don't worry, I'm not thinking about quitting the fantasies or anything. Just you watch it, Akechi. Someday you're totally gonna see who was right. Okay, so I'm talking about this for now.
That Detective Akechi seems to have a lot of influence on the media. It'd be dangerous to get too close to him, but he may actually prove useful in some situations.
Oh, who's this now? God, I'm furious. You heard what Akechi said, right? How dare he declare the Phantom are criminals? As the administrator of the Phantom Aficionado website, I can't stay quiet about this. I'm going to show how people online really feel. I'll change the survey question tomorrow morning. Justice is with the Phantom Thieves. Keep on doing what you do best.
Why is he of all people getting angry about this?
Because he's our PR manager. He's our biggest fan, Morgana.
He means the survey on the fan site, right? I guess we should look forward to it.
Well, that was a hell of a day.
See it.
So, I guess we should wait. Crossword puzzle? No crossword puzzle. Okay, we're in the clear. So I guess we should probably go. Like I said, I kind of want to get our confidence out of the way as fast as possible because we're gonna need to. The sooner I can get rid of my temperance and what's it, the other one, the council personas, the better. Because if we can get rid of those, we can try to use them to fuse other ones like the justice persona and the faith persona we're gonna eventually need, and we can get back our chariot persona, maybe, I don't know. So the sooner we can get through stuff like Kawakami's personas or personas, Kawakami's confidence sequences, the better off we'll be. So we're gonna go here, do this. We're gonna call Kawakami. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Hi.
We saved the money. We may as well. Thank you for your call. All your it's just you. You know, I've been hearing Shibuya is getting more dangerous lately. I'm sure you pass by that area on your way or commute to school, but don't make too many detours, okay? As long as you request me, I'll do your housework for just 5,000 yen. I feel like I'm become closer with Kawakami thanks to the temperance persona. I don't think my ball will... It won't? Oh. It won't? Okay. So, here's what I'm wondering. Does that mean that we can, like, we'll spend time with her still do something? As in, like, where it'll still progress towards the bond deepening, but it won't do it because we just have a ways to go? Or is this just going to be a waste of money? Because I don't want to do this if it's going to be a waste of money. Let's give it, you know, let's just see what happens.
Then I'll head over.
I'll get dropped off from the store then. Please clean up your room and wait for me. But I thought it was gonna be... What? You tell me to clean up my room when it's just... But I can't. She seems to be thinking about what I requested. Okay, well, the blue notes are good. Okay. Blue notes are good, right? I think that was helpful. Again, I'm still learning how this game works. I think that wasn't a waste because the blue notes did appear. I'm going to assume that what they mean by it didn't deepen yet is that not because it didn't have the correct persona equipped or something like that, but just because there's too big of a gap between the level we're at now and the level we need to be at next to progress. So spending time with her once will progress towards that next level, but it won't give us enough XP or whatever to progress to the next level. So it's a stepping stone to the finish line, but it won't push us over the edge. I think. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I think that's how this is working so far. Well, it's also possible that I'm just trying to justify it to myself because I don't want to accept the fact that I wasted 5,000 yen on that and it didn't do anything for me. So I'm just gonna hope that did something useful. Were you watching the broadcast? So Phantom Thieves were the bad guys? I guess now you mention it. Fell away the whole time. No, you didn't. It's just brainwashing, because then it's really self-centered. Okay, so... Oh my god. This is... Yeah, so, like, he can do damage to our reputation, maybe, but I don't really care what other people think about us if we know what we're doing. We have unfalsifiable receipts that what we've done to Kamoshida Madarame has been nothing but beneficial to the people that they've been abusing. Like, they were abused. I like to remind everybody, Kamoshida was physically, verbally, and sexually abusing his students. Like, that's indefensible what he did. And he was bulletproof because he couldn't be the teachers knew what he was doing and they didn't say anything. And some students knew it and they either didn't want to do anything about it or too afraid to do anything about it because they didn't want to face further repercussions from him. He was basically bulletproof. The only way we were going to get him is if he confessed himself. And causing him to confess is what led to all the people he was abusing being freed from his Iron Fist rule. I don't see how there is any wiggle room at all for this to be considered anything but a morally good choice that we've made. Did you catch any of the student detective on television yesterday? On that talk show, it was simply dreadful. How can anyone seriously suggest supernatural beings as stealing people's stars? And that's the other thing, is that I don't even think these people should be willing to believe that they exist at all. Like I said earlier, that child is a phony. There's simply no way the Phantom Thieves exist. Unfortunately, my precious children all think that they're real and worse, that this detective is amazing. Children are far too impressionable to see such vulgar content on TV. Toy Story 4! What? I didn't say anything about movies that are aimed at children having really morally reprehensible messages, or something like that. Lots of people still don't think we're real. Can you blame them? I didn't... If you just dropped a random person... Like, for instance... If this were our world, would you believe them? I don't think you'd believe them if this were our world and someone told you that this was happening. Like, I don't blame them for not believing. I wouldn't believe this, like I said earlier. I can't believe we were on TV yesterday with Akechi. It seems like it was a dream come true. I can't believe a high schooler moonlights as a detective. He's just like the Detective Prince. He's smart and handsome. He's almost too perfect. We had front row seats. I could practically reach out and touch. No, you couldn't. He was Did you see how far away he was from the seatings? He was way back there. He was really working that uniform without seeming like a snob. He's a natural at public speaking. I hear he's an orphan who grew up poor. It's part of what makes him so amazing. He wants his last high school memory to be capturing the Phantom Thieves. This isn't a game to him. I heard that his dad's the head of some big financial conglomerate. I will say I love that he hates the media. Makes me believe that he doesn't do this for the fame. People say he's so good that he's made enemies in the police force. Oh yeah, apparently yesterday's interview was so popular that they're going to air it again tonight. Makes sense. Gotta milk it for all it's worth and all that.
Man, the detective from yesterday really pissed me off. It was some kind of threat? Let's see him do it then! If someone else could help him, we wouldn't be doing stuff as the Phantom Thieves to start with. Ow!
Wait. Did they ever tell us what the occupation was of the guy who falsely accused Joker of assaulting him? I'm trying to think if they did. I don't know if they ever told us, because the girl just said he's the, I swear to God, he just said, Yeah, I heard his dad's the head of some big financial conglomerate. That's a really odd line to throw in there for no reason. I'm trying to think if they ever told us... I don't know if they said he was a politician or something, but that seems like a really odd line to throw in there. So this is going to be like my tinfoil hat, just shot in the dark theory that... Is it possible that the big reveal at the end of the game is that his dad's going to be the asshole that falsely accused... The asshole that tried to sexually assault that girl, and that Joker saved her, and then he falsely accused him of assault? Because that would be a twist. That would be a hell of a twist if that was what was going to happen.
You're being way too loud.
That seems like a really odd line to throw in there. Unless it's trying to set up something like that for later.
Who cares? Everybody's talking about this stuff anyway. It'd just be more suspicious if we were whispering. Hey, you're really just gonna keep eating and eating and eating those things all by yourself? Give me some!
Sorry, just ate the last one.
You guys are too laid back. The police are getting involved now, you know.
And they're not gonna find anything because they can't. There's nothing to find outside of going to the metaverse, which they can't do.
So you think it's true? We'll be okay if we keep doing this, right?
Until the end of the game.
We can't let the cops scare us out of being phantom thieves.
But what about that weird guy from Madarame's palace? Isn't there a lot we don't know?
At this point, I think there's a lot we do know, actually. Oh, what the hell? You...
The hell?
Makoto, you just... Great, now you're taking pictures of us.
You three seem to be having so much fun. I'm a little jealous.
Once again, Makoto demonstrates that she doesn't understand what friends are. Makoto, we're friends, hanging out together. That's what friends do, is they have fun and hanging out together, you idiots. Also, Creepy McCreeperson, don't take random photos of people. That's just weird. Like, she wasn't even trying to be subtle about it. She was just, like, blatantly taking a picture. Why do you...
Are you snooping on us again?
No, Ryuji, she was just taking a picture for funsies.
You said before, we don't know nothing.
Why do you think I'm here to question you? Could it be that you're hiding something? My ears are always open to the troubles of my peers, you know.
You're really that hungry for a good letter of recommendation? Of course you are. Nobody would take on your annoying job if they weren't.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're student council president, right? Wouldn't you have known about Kamoshida?
Of course not. He honestly was a good teacher until that day.
Are you kidding me? That's not how that... Whoa. Okay. So, his confession was implicit in his confession was the admission that he did horrible things prior to that day. He was not a good teacher until that day. He was a horrible teacher until that day.
Oh, but you always take the teacher's side. That's what a good council president does, right?
Then how about you? What did you do for your friend?
Oh, you can piss all the way off, Makoto. You can piss all the way off.
I was. So how did you help?
Makoto, you were okay. So, holy hell. Oh my god. Where do we even begin? So, first of all, lowest of blows. Lowest of blows. You're referring to a girl who tried to commit suicide, which clearly dealt significant emotional damage both to her and to An. You're going for that. You're attacking that. Lowest of blows. Kindly piss off, you absolute prick. What do you... Okay, but let's disregard the moral reprehensibility of what's happened here. So, let's review this conversation. So, An said, you always see the teacher side's what a good council president does, right? Because we're accusing her of knowing about what's been going on with Kamoshida, which the thing is, I don't even think, because we know that Makoto does have a moral compass, because we know from last episode where she was questioning the principal about what was going on, that she is kind of like, hey, are you sure you didn't know? Because this is kind of a bad thing that's happening. So I genuinely don't think she, honestly, I don't think she knew. I do not believe that she actually knew. Honestly, I don't. Because of her act, if it weren't for that interaction in the principal's office yesterday, I might think otherwise. But we know that she has a moral compass, so I don't think that's of concern right now. However, in response to this accusation, to then switch gears and go from saying, oh, so, like, this doesn't make sense as a counter. We're accusing her of knowing about the things Kamoshida was doing, and your response is to say, oh yeah, well, you didn't help your friend when she tried to kill herself. It's like, okay, so, you can't blame her. So, like, if Shiho confessed to An that, like, she was having serious suicidal thoughts and she was really feeling depressed and she was having serious mental struggles and she needed help, and An was like, I don't care. What do I care? I don't have to do anything. If she did that, then it's like, so you were directly told by your friend who confided in you that she needed help and she was reaching out to you for help and you didn't do anything about it. But she didn't know what was going on. You can't blame her for something she didn't, like, she doesn't, I guess maybe you could say, like, she should have known because she should have been aware of it, but it's not always that black and white for someone to be able to know that's going on in someone else's life. I mentioned this previous episode. Every single person is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Even if, like, it's not always blatantly going to be on the surface that everything everyone's dealing with in their personal lives is always going to be on the surface. That's not how that works. You cannot blame An for what's happening here. You shouldn't blame her because it's morally reprehensible, but you can't do it because she's not at fault for what happened here. So to take this strike at her for saying, what did you do to help your friend? It's like, first of all, like, she didn't know what was happening beforehand, and the idea that she should have known is bullshit because it's not always that black and white. And also, after it happened, after she jumped off the roof, she spent days, there were days at a time where we could not spend time with An because she was in the hospital constantly just to be there with Shiho while she was recovering. So, Makoto, I don't know what you're talking about right now, but you aren't making any sense. This is not a good moral thing to say, and it makes no sense. This...
How about you?
There wasn't any way to help. By myself, I couldn't do anything for her.
There's no need to shout.
Makoto... Okay. Oh my god. So... my favorite rebuttal, my absolute favorite logical rebuttal is, hey, you said something that personally offended the person in question, especially in this case where it's like you attacked their character by not doing that girl, like, she tried to kill herself and you just tried to blame An for that. I do not blame her in the slightest for getting mad about it and wanting to lash out in anger. That is a perfectly justifiable emotional response to that. But Makoto over here is just like, wow, someone's getting really angry. It's like, well, that's not a counter,
If those Phantom Thieves are out there helping people, I'd root for them, no questions asked. They've gotta be more dependable than...
Just make sure you show up to your classes, alright?
I don't understand, Makoto. I
You know
really
what
don't.
I asked earlier about whether we'll be okay if we keep this up? I take it back. I'd be ashamed to let it end now.
Hell yeah. It's about time we find our next target, too.
Only I could.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I know there's gotta be more to her character than that. We've seen it. Oh, great, my favorite.
However, negative ones seem to be more prominent.
We've seen firsthand in that principal office scene that she does have a moral compass. She does understand, like, what it is. She understands that if she's working for someone who knew about Kamoshida, that's wrong. There's more to her character than meets the eye. But I can only judge what I see in the moment, and what I saw in the moment right there was crap. So I'm just waiting for the day that her character starts to shine through the surface.
A criminal group with unknown goals that does whatever it wants in the name of justice. Huh.
It's probably because of Akechi. TV's got some crazy sway.
He's free to deny our actions, but being cursed by his influence is another thing entirely.
Just when we were starting to get people to believe in us, too.
All we gotta do is take down another hotshot, yeah?
Well, do you have any ideas who this next hot shot could be?
I ain't got a thing yet. Damn it, this is real irritating. By the way, what's up with that luggage?
Oh, I decided to leave the school dorms.
Yeah, it's the last time we dealt with a large piece of luggage did not end well on this channel.
We're not only filthy, but too noisy as well. No true art could come from such a place.
What are you gonna do then? You can't go back to that shack, right?
I was planning on staying at Takamaki-san's, Ann's house.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I've even prepared a thank you gift. I hope it's to your parents' liking.
What? There's no way that's gonna happen.
Impossible.
You're the impossible one.
But I spent everything I had on these delectable Japanese sweets.
That's not a justification. That's on you. You made the choice to do that. You should have known. After the way she's interacted, after the way you've interacted with her, did you really expect that she would be alone? First off, that she would be okay with you staying in her house, let alone her parents being okay with you staying in her house. Did you really think you were gonna get away with that?
That's not the issue here. Seriously, though, what are we gonna do about him?
I mean, obviously we can't just leave him out to dry, so we can pull our resources to get him a place to stay. Just sleep here. Well, I mean, I guess this. I don't know that he'd be pleased about this either, though.
Too small. Plus, my mom never agreed to it.
Well, seeing as Yusuke is an important member of our team, I'll lend a hand. Come stay at our place.
No.
Have somewhere to sleep.
Okay, 1, no. 2, no. 3, no. But 4, he's not gonna agree to that. He doesn't like us staying there. He's not gonna want a guest staying there.
Why are you the one calling the shots?
Don't you two live in a cafe? I've been wondering about that for a while. Yonken's not too far, is it?
Nope. And the cafe's only a minute walk from the station.
How about we go there now? We can have a party to celebrate Madarame's change of heart.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that. He loves it when there's a lot of people in the restaurant at once, especially people that are associated with me.
Oh, good idea. We can make it a welcome party for Yusuke, too.
Because he just loves parties.
All right, it's decided.
Sorry to cause you trouble. By the way,
Oh, shut up.
I prefer sleeping on a futon.
It'll be up to you to convince the chief.
Yeah, Morgana, you don't get to call the shot. I mean, obviously, the cat can't talk to him, but still, you don't get to make these calls. You don't get to make these life-changing decisions and then leave me as the one who has to bear the burden of all this shit. Well, this'll be fun.
What a nice smell.
This place looks so outdated. I can't say I hate it, though.
People refer to that as retro.
Who are they?
Hello.
A girl, too?
This guy has really helped us a lot lately.
I bet you're the ones doing all the helping.
No, really, he's been great.
Huh. Sit down. This round will be on the house.
Oh, what? Okay.
You're helping, though.
Of course I am. Uncharacteristically nice of you.
Wow, it's delicious.
Indeed. There's great depth to its acidity.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I think I've seen LeBlanc mentioned in a magazine before.
That was a long time ago.
For real? Oh, give me a taste. Ah! Ah, it's so bitter. This has got to be cruel and unusual punishment.
I didn't drink coffee when I was a kid either. These are your friends, yeah? Go on and take them up to your room. No need to stay down here.
There's not enough room for us up there.
It's only an attic.
Oh man, that bitter taste just won't leave my mouth.
Thank you very much for the drink.
Up these stairs. Oh, and thanks for the soda.
So you're,
On Takamaki.
Anchan, huh? That's a nice name. You got a boyfriend?
Why does every adult in this universe just suck so much?
Nope, never have either.
Hey, you gotta get up here.
Like, why would you? That's
insane.
That's just not an appropriate thing to.
Go on.
Oh right, thank you for the coffee.
People just suck in this universe.
Sheesh. They had
odd to leave the Mona bag down here.
Sweet girl.
That was an odd thing to have happen.
What do you think of this room? I don't know where to begin.
It seems quite ordinary to me.
For real?
Oh,
See? Ain't this crazy?
it's cleaner than I thought it would be.
Well, wait till you hear why that's the case.
Well, sit wherever you'd like.
More like sit wherever you can find a damn spot.
Even those who previously believed in us have been influenced by the comments made on TV.
This is all that effing Akechi's fault!
Oh, calm down. Like, sure, public perception of us isn't going to be that great, but it doesn't really matter because what we're doing is still beneficial.
Keep it down. We don't want anyone hearing us.
Oh, his hearing's on the brink anyway. We'll be fine.
At this rate, we're just going to worry everyone instead of give them courage.
We need to find a way to make our rightfulness known to society. It's time we think about our next move. You were planning on discussing that today, right?
Yes. First, we need to search for a candidate.
It's not like we're just gonna stumble upon some important target, though. You guys don't know anyone, do you?
I don't.
Me neither.
What do you think, leader? I knew you were gonna say that. Seriously, it's so like you.
But what else can we do?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything right now, so we don't really have a choice.
Damn it. Never gonna prove Akechi wrong at this rate.
We already have proven him. He's already wrong.
What the?
Sorry. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday.
And you spent all your money on that box of sweets?
You're not very smart.
Dude, how much did you have?
Anyway, we'll just have to sit tight until we can find another target. How about that welcome party?
Someone's excited.
I think I found something. Isn't that a portable stove? Can't we make hot pot on it?
That sounds great. I've heard that eating hot pot together brings people closer.
Anything with meat's fine by me.
I only ask that we finish it off with porridge. Extra parsley, of course.
So, what do you say?
I said that it looks like Ryuji's staring into the camera and it's kind of uncomfortable, I gotta say. Sure, let's do it, why not?
Okay, hot pot it is.
Come on, let's go buy ingredients.
Well, I'll need ginkgo nuts, wonton wrappers, and...
We'll take care of the shopping. Could you borrow a pot from downstairs while we're out?
Did we even ask if he can even stay here? I feel like we skipped the most important part of this whole transaction.
Looks like this welcome party is going to turn out quite lively. We should go grab that pot and set up the portable stove, too.
Yeah, I don't know that we need to be going all out for this. I feel like this is not required. Like, I feel like we're going to be wasting a lot of money on this, but we don't really need to. Alright, well, I guess we'll end things here. Seems like a good place to call things off for today. Because this day is lasting longer than I expected it to. So, what humdinger of an episode, man. We met Akechi, might have deduced the truth behind Akechi in terms of his identity. We had a very interesting conversation with Makoto. This has just been a hell of an episode all around, so yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next episode to catch you all tomorrow for some more Persona 5 Royal. Goodbye.